Agent Green opened his eyes. Agent Green? An unfamiliar, suited figure sat across the desk from him. Green became uncomfortably aware that he was still wearing a hoodie and sweatpants. Where am I? In my office. We've never met, and after this conversation we'll likely never meet again. Who are you? The figure strummed a chord on a ukulele he seemingly pulled from nowhere. Green's eyes widened. His palms suddenly felt sweaty. Clef chuckled to himself, appreciating the reaction. Don't worry. You're not in trouble. What's the last thing that you remember? Sir, I was at an artist exhibition. I remember that. And then something made a loud noise, like a really loud honk. Nothing after that. Great. Well, first things first, you just finished voluntarily dosing yourself with a targeted amnestic. Green noticed the still dripping syringe on the floor next to him. You did this because you observed a severe containment breach concerning SCP-447, during which you were temporarily briefed on its effects to aid with recontainment. You still have insufficient clearance to know the effects of 447, though, so that takes care of that. You also did this because you really, really did not want to remember what happened last night. Green massaged his temples. He'd read the 447 file hundreds of times, constantly wondering what the minty goo actually did to necrotic flesh. Perhaps it wasn't worth knowing after all. The vehicle delivery loaded with SCP-4472 left this site yesterday morning. When it arrived at its destination late last night, the vehicle was completely empty. We don't know yet how it got from the vehicle to the exhibition, as our satellite imaging doesn't show any interference. The good news, at least, is that all 447 has been accounted for. So, wait, what exactly happened? Like I said, you've not got the clearance for me to tell you some of the finer details. You performed extremely well, considering how little information you had. I'll be looking into giving you a commendation for it, even if you've no idea what you did. Only 27 fatalities, all civilians. Could have been a lot worse if you weren't there. The breach was caused by someone you referred to in your report as the Snipper. My report? Yes, the one you handed to me just before stabbing yourself with that needle. Clef held up a manila folder. Of course, I can't give this back to you just yet. Need to black out a few things. Standard Incident Report Form. Document Reference Number SCP-447-BSC-4093. Author, Field Agent, Green. Condensed Summary of Relevant Events. 700 hours. Arrived at by car. Walked around West Courtyard. 1705. Walked from West Courtyard to Central Courtyard. 1707. Discovered pile of dead bodies. 1708. Sampled fingerprints and hair from 2 bodies. 1710. Walked a car via West Courtyard. 1713. Returned a car. Ran samples through database. No results. Sample analysis available on Foundation Intranet. 1715. Walked North Courtyard via West and Central Courtyards. Noted marble structure had been constructed in West Courtyard since 1710. 1716. Rendezvous with Agent Tangerine. 1719. 1720. 1725. Return to Central Courtyard. 1727. Honk event occurs. 1728. Pre-recorded message, later positively identified as person of interest, the Snipper, starts to play. 1729. Balloon filled with SCP-4472 is dropped onto pile of dead bodies. 1730. Balloon bursts. In under 2 seconds from impact, a tall humanoid wearing a gas mask and black trench coat, henceforth referred to as trench coat for brevity. 1731. Trench coat. Agent Green opens fire on 2 civilians, later found dead via. 1732. Most dead bodies have trench coat. 3 plainclothes agents, as well as 2 artists, attempt to, which proves unsuccessful. Instead, mass panic ensues due to a combination of and gunfire. Most civilians and artists attempting to evacuate the area, destroying 7 anomalous art installations and killing 2 civilians. 1733. Trenchcoat continues to greatly reducing of SCP-4472. Agent Green contacts Site and reports SCP-447 containment breach, requesting as much support as possible. Deploying is recommended against due to positioning near a major civilian center, as well as potentially affecting containment procedures for SCP, as well as 1734. Two artists, later identified as persons of interest Overgang Dude and Joseph Tamlin, attempt to, in support of Trenchcoat. Trenchcoat continues to, using anomalous items from within its coat to. After triple confirming identity and proving urgent requirement of such information, Agent Green is briefed on the primary effects of SCP-4472 remotely. 1735. The artist known as attempts to aid civilians to safety by using paint and stencils to creating an anomalous evacuation point leading to a nearby car park. Continues to create further evacuation points over the course of the next 3 minutes. Joseph Tamlin uses, in conjunction with Trenchcoat continues. Agent Green resumes fire on. Results in the death of 5 further civilians. 1736. Trenchcoat. Agent Green. Overgang Dude aids Joseph Tamlin in by 5 deceased civilians, causing further and impeding civilian evacuation. 1737. Joseph Tamlin makes a phone call to an unknown number while Overgang Dude SCP-4472. 1738. Still in the process of creating additional evacuation points, is attacked by person of interest the sculptor, who opens fire. Is shot once in the shoulder before painting a which the sculptor notices, yelling, "What the fuck, Snipper?" and continuing exponentially, but Trenchcoat begins bifurcation. 1739. SCP-4472. Further casualties and increased levels of reduced capacity. Agent Green, but is unable to prevent 7 further casualties via. Casualties are promptly Trenchcoat. 1740. SCP-4472. Trenchcoat. Agent Green. Civilian safety. Agent Tangerine arrives at Central Courtyard, aids, using an anomalous requisition from local artists, later contained and assigned as SCP. 1741. Artist, later identified as person of interest Melanoma, approaches, appearing to be a modified, henceforth referred to as an art bomb. Art bomb is used to screaming into phone, "Fucking blow it!" Art bomb. Expanding. Unexpected interaction with SCP-4472, causing 2 previous casualties to after contact. SCP-4472. Near critical mass. However, Trenchcoat 1742. However, are not in fact organic, but anomalous duplicates primarily composed of clay. As such, exposure to SCP-4472 does not result in original, identified as members of anomalous musician group Futanari Tit Hor Fiasco. Agents Green and Tangerine continue. Art bomb. SCP-4472. The sculptor continues to. Joseph Tamlin and Overgang Dude. 1 civilian casualty. 1743. Persons of interest, the painter and the builder, but are unable to synchronize. Attempting. Instead. 1744. 1745. Foundation agents requested at 7:33 arrive. 1747. Trenchcoat. Joseph Tamlin and Overgang Dude. 1748. Later identified as artist Rita Summers. Agents Green and Tangerine. 1750. 1827. Anomalous walrus contained. 1828. Anomalous walrus escapes containment. 1837. 1838. The sculptor is believed to have been detained, however, is later found to be an anomalous duplicate composed of clay. Current location of the sculptor is unknown at time of writing. 1854. The painter and the builder detained for questioning. 1900. Foundation agents attempt to detain Trenchcoat. Current location unknown at time of writing. 1913. 1917. The painter and the builder attempt to escape containment by... Attempt unsuccessful. Both are sedated and detained. All previously detained artists sedated. Operating procedure altered to sedate all detained persons. Rita Summers detained and sedated. 1943. Returned fire. Anomalous walrus recontained. 1945. Anonymous walrus. Escaping containment. 1947. Two members of Futanari Tithor Fiasco are sedated and contained. Current location of third member unknown at time of writing. 1959. 2000 hours. Overgang dude sedated and detained. 2004. Joseph Tanlin sedated and detained. 2013. Melanoma sedated and detained. 2022. Authorized personnel provided with gas masks. 2029. Airborne Amnestics Week. 2032. 2037. 2046. 2054. 2103. 2107. Agent Green escorted to site by Foundation agents. Original copy do not bend. Office use SCP-447, BSC-4039, EVX-X, BRT-X, GOI Art. Document not to be copied until original is verified by an authorized justice of the peace. JP, Dr. Alto Clef.
Well, you were certainly thorough about it. You know how we operate, Agent Green. We are always thorough. Well, now then, you've got some artists to deal with, Agent Green.
Thank you, sir.
Apologies for the inconvenience.
Not at all. Glad you caught me. I'll leave this to you then. Have a plane to catch. Bit of a sabbatical in Brazil.
Ah, well, I hope you enjoy your holiday, sir.
Clef pulled a pair of sunglasses, flicking them open and resting them on his nose. Not likely.